If you're over 60, you need to hear this. Could some of the vegetables you eat every day be quietly working against your body? You might think you're doing everything right, choosing fresh produce, eating your greens, avoiding processed snacks. But what if certain vegetables that seem perfectly healthy are actually accelerating brain aging, weakening your immune system, and even harming the muscles in your legs? Think about it. Have you ever noticed your balance changing slightly over time? Feeling unsteady on stairs, getting tired after a short walk, or struggling to get up from a chair? What if part of that decline isn't just aging, but something on your plate? This isn't a scare tactic. It's backed by scientific evidence, including large studies published in respected journals like the Journal of Gerontology. These studies followed tens of thousands of adults over 60 and uncovered a shocking truth. Certain vegetables may contribute to reduced blood flow, increased inflammation, and declining physical performance. And most people have no idea they're eating them every day. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 essential vegetables you should eat regularly to support your memory, immune strength, and especially your mobility. Just as important, I'll reveal 3 vegetables that might be silently damaging your body, particularly your legs and balance, without you even realizing it. And before we finish, I'll uncover the single most popular vegetable that's often praised for its health benefits, but may actually be silently sabotaging your mobility over time. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. Because one small change in your grocery list might be the difference between staying active and needing help to get around. Let's start with a surprising hero that's probably already in your fridge: carrots. These bright orange roots might look simple, but for adults over 60, they're far from ordinary. Carrots are nutritional powerhouses packed with beta-carotene, a compound your body turns into vitamin A, which is essential for healthy vision. Why does vision matter so much? Because when your eyesight declines, your world narrows. You stop driving at night, you hesitate to walk in unfamiliar areas, you miss facial expressions from loved ones. But when your eyes are strong, you move with confidence, you stay in control. And it's not just about seeing clearly. Vitamin A also supports the health of your nerves and blood vessels, especially in your lower body. That means the connection between your brain and your muscles stays sharp. When you move, your body responds faster. You catch yourself before you fall. You walk with steadier steps. You feel stronger and more in tune with your surroundings. A study published in JAMA Ophthalmology showed that diets rich in beta-carotene are linked to slower progression of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. It's not just theory, it's evidence-based protection. But carrots do more than protect your eyes. Their antioxidants help reduce oxidative stress in your blood vessels and nerves. That's especially important for your legs and feet, where circulation often slows with age. Better circulation means fewer cramps, more stable balance, and a reduced risk of dangerous falls, the kind that can permanently affect your mobility. Still, carrots are just one piece of the puzzle. Let's move to another underappreciated vegetable that delivers big benefits: broccoli. Yes, it's often pushed to the side of the plate, but for seniors, it deserves center stage. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane, which has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Chronic inflammation is more than joint pain. It's a silent force that contributes to cognitive decline, heart problems, poor circulation, and even muscle loss. Sulforaphane helps neutralize this internal damage, turning on your body's natural detoxification processes and improving cellular protection. And that's not all. Broccoli is rich in vitamin K, calcium, and antioxidants that your bones and arteries depend on. Strong bones reduce your risk of fractures. Flexible arteries keep blood flowing freely to your brain and limbs. That's freedom in motion, and it starts in your kitchen. Now let's talk about one of the most underestimated leafy greens in your kitchen: spinach. Sure, it looks like any other salad base, but under its leafy surface, spinach is working as a quiet powerhouse, especially for those of us over 60. Why is spinach so valuable? One of the reasons is its high concentration of natural nitrates. These compounds help your blood vessels become more flexible, allowing for better circulation and more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients to your muscles and brain. That's especially important as we age, since blood flow naturally slows down and reflexes tend to dull. But with spinach on your plate regularly, you're helping to reverse that process. You might not feel the effects immediately, but over time, spinach helps you move more freely, think more clearly, and stay energized throughout the day. Whether it's climbing stairs without getting winded or remembering where you put your keys, that steady support from spinach adds up. Spinach is also packed with lutein and folate, two nutrients directly tied to brain function. Lutein is actually stored in brain tissue, where it helps protect the neurons responsible for memory and cognitive speed. Studies have shown that people who eat lutein-rich foods tend to maintain stronger memory, quicker thinking, and better mental clarity with age. It's not just helpful, it's essential. Let's not forget about vision either. Spinach provides two major eye-protecting nutrients, lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds work together to shield the macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp central vision. As we get older, the macula becomes more vulnerable to degeneration, which means difficulty reading, recognizing faces, and walking through unfamiliar environments. But by including spinach regularly in your meals, you're reinforcing this vital part of your eyesight. You're not just seeing better, you're staying connected to the world around you. Here's a crucial tip. How you prepare spinach can drastically affect what your body absorbs. Lightly sautéing it with a bit of olive oil helps preserve the key nutrients while making them easier for your body to digest. You can also toss raw spinach into a smoothie or salad. Just avoid overcooking it. Excessive heat can destroy the delicate antioxidants that make spinach so beneficial. So far, we've talked about 3 powerful vegetables that help preserve your independence and clarity as you age. But now, it's time to shift focus, because not all vegetables deserve a place on your plate. Let's start with one that's loved in nearly every household across the country: white potatoes. Mashed, fried, baked, or roasted, there's no denying they bring comfort and familiarity. But for those over 60, white potatoes may be silently damaging your circulation, weakening your legs, and increasing your fall risk. Here's why. White potatoes are high on the glycemic index, meaning they quickly turn into sugar in your bloodstream. This causes sudden spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave you fatigued and hungry again. Over time, these sugar surges trigger chronic inflammation, especially in your blood vessels. That inflammation affects the delicate arteries that supply your heart, brain, and yes, your legs and feet. The result? Reduced blood flow to your lower extremities, slower healing, numbness, weaker muscles, and greater difficulty performing everyday tasks like standing from a chair or walking across the room. Your feet may feel colder, your balance might falter, and each step could become more uncertain. What's more, most people don't eat plain potatoes. We load them with butter, sour cream, cheese, or salt, ingredients that compound the damage by raising blood pressure and cholesterol. These rich toppings can cancel out your best efforts to manage chronic conditions like hypertension or diabetes. That mashed potato side dish at dinner may feel comforting, but inside your body, it's undermining your strength. And unlike colorful root vegetables such as sweet potatoes or carrots, white potatoes lack antioxidants. Their pale color is a sign of their nutritional emptiness. While sweet potatoes provide fiber, vitamin A, and compounds that protect your immune system, white potatoes give you sugar and starch, and little else. This doesn't mean you need to give up comfort food, but it does mean rethinking how often you rely on white potatoes and what you choose instead. Something as simple as swapping mashed white potatoes for mashed cauliflower or roasted sweet potatoes can significantly lower inflammation and support better balance. Because remember, falls don't usually happen from one dramatic slip. They happen after months, even years, of small changes. Slower reflexes, reduced sensation in the feet, and weaker circulation. And white potatoes may be one of the culprits contributing to that decline. Now, Let's look at a vegetable that might be sitting in your fridge right now, looking fresh and harmless, but could be quietly making it harder for you to move freely and stay steady. Eggplant. Eggplant is often praised for being low in calories and high in fiber. But what many people over 60 don't realize is that eggplant belongs to a plant family that produces a natural chemical called solanine. This compound acts as a defense mechanism for the plant. But once it enters your body, it can quietly stir up low-grade inflammation in joints, muscles, and even nerves. If you've ever woken up with stiffness in your knees or taken longer to loosen up your hands in the morning, solanine may be contributing to that discomfort. For individuals dealing with arthritis, nerve sensitivity, or chronic muscle aches, eggplant can act like a spark on dry grass, igniting irritation in areas that are already under strain. But it doesn't stop there. Inflammation in the lower body, especially in the legs, slows down blood flow, making muscles feel heavier and movements more sluggish. The coordination between your brain and limbs begins to fade. What used to be an automatic movement, stepping off a curb, navigating stairs, walking across a room, now requires effort, concentration, and caution. You might think, but I don't eat eggplant every day, so how much harm can it do? The answer is, it's not about one meal. It's about long-term patterns. Even small amounts of solanine, consumed regularly over weeks or months, can build up. You may not notice it immediately, but slowly, subtly, the damage compounds. Your steps feel slower. Your balance is less stable. You start hesitating, and that hesitation affects your freedom. Eggplant can be baked, roasted, grilled, or stewed, and yet the solanine remains active even after cooking. And unlike some compounds, your body doesn't develop a resistance to it. In fact, as your joints and nerves become more sensitive with age, the more reactive you may become to substances that promote inflammation. For some people, the effects are dramatic. For others, they're quiet, nagging stiffness, longer recovery after walking, unexplained fatigue in the legs. But make no mistake, these are not minor inconveniences. They're early warning signs that something isn't right beneath the surface. Eggplant may have seemed harmless in your 30s, but in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, it could be working against your goals of staying strong, independent, and mobile. Now, let's move to the third vegetable you should think twice about, especially if your focus is on mobility, coordination, and joint comfort. Green bell peppers. They look crisp, colorful, and refreshing. They're a staple in salads, stir-fries, and health-focused recipes. But despite their popularity, green bell peppers come with hidden risks for people over 60, especially those already dealing with inflammation or digestion issues. Like eggplant, green peppers belong to the nightshade family. This means they contain natural compounds called lectins, plant proteins that, once ingested, can interfere with your digestive tract. Lectins bind to the lining of your intestines and can block the absorption of key nutrients. They may also disrupt the balance of your gut microbiome, leading to poor digestion, reduced immunity, and increased inflammation throughout your body. And while the effects may not show up right after you eat them, over time, they can manifest in subtle but harmful ways. Swollen joints, tight ankles, tingling feet, weakened grip, or just a general feeling of being off balance. These early symptoms often go unnoticed, or worse, are accepted as normal aging. But they may be signs that something in your diet is slowly wearing down your resilience. Cooking green bell peppers does reduce lectin content slightly, but not enough to eliminate the risk entirely. And when you compare green peppers to their ripened counterparts, like red, orange, or yellow bell peppers, they fall short in another way: nutritional value. Ripened peppers are richer in antioxidants, vitamin C, and carotenoids, offering more protection with fewer inflammatory side effects. What makes green bell peppers so tricky is their appearance. They look like a smart choice. They're low in calories, add a crunch to dishes, and are widely available. But for older adults, especially those managing joint pain, digestive issues, or autoimmune conditions, they may not be the wise option they seem to be. You don't have to give up peppers altogether, Just consider switching to the riper varieties. Red and yellow peppers not only taste sweeter, they provide better support for your immune system, your circulation, and your joints. Because at this stage in life, every bite matters. Each meal is a chance to either build strength or quietly chip away at it. Now you know, not all vegetables are your allies. Some, like carrots, broccoli, and spinach, work hard to support your immune system, sharpen your mind, and keep your legs strong and steady. These are more than healthy choices. They're daily tools to protect your independence, your balance, and your ability to live life on your terms. But others, like white potatoes, eggplant, and green bell peppers, may be silently working against you. These vegetables can contribute to chronic inflammation, poor circulation, and reduced mobility. Over time, they can weaken your lower body, dull your reflexes, and increase the chances of falls, the very events that can rob you of your freedom. And as I promised earlier in this video, here's the vegetable that may be the most deceptive of them all: white potatoes. Why? Because they're everywhere. In homes, in restaurants, in holiday meals and everyday dishes. And they seem comforting, warm, familiar, and satisfying. But inside your body, they can act like fuel to the fire, raising your blood sugar, hardening your arteries, slowing down blood flow to your legs, and making the simple act of standing or walking feel harder than it needs to be. The solution isn't to feel guilty or afraid of food, it's to get informed, so you can choose what helps you, not what holds you back. By focusing your meals around vegetables that reduce inflammation, nourish your nerves, and support healthy circulation, you're not just eating better, you're building a future with less pain, more strength, and more freedom. And that matters, because your ability to walk across the room confidently, to stand without hesitation, to reach for something without worrying about falling, those are the things that make life vibrant and joyful. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these vegetables surprised you the most? Have you noticed any changes in your energy or stability when you've added or removed certain foods from your meals? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else going through the same thing. And if this video gave you clarity, insight, or encouragement, do me a favor, hit the like button, share this with someone who could benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll never miss out on practical, no-nonsense health advice designed for people like you. And if you want to go even deeper into how your food choices impact your mobility, memory, and long-term health, we've got a whole library of content available. Just visit our website, globalhealthguide.net. That's where we keep all our most valuable tools and information for healthy, independent living. Keep moving forward, keep choosing foods that serve you, and always remember, you are stronger than you think.